So every physical dis-ease, according to the esoteric teachings, and that's what we're talking about, esoteric healing from Tibet, has an energetic component. So the physical body is affected, correct, but it's not the place where the origin comes from. It's where the imbalance is manifested. So I'm going to talk to you about the common cold. The common cold. So the common cold is on the emotional level of the basic chakra and the heart chakra, usually. So the origin of the common cold is on the basic chakra and the heart chakra on the emotional level, but it's manifested on the physical level. And I have a reference here from the book The Creation of Health by Dr. Norman Shealy, who's a holistic neurologist, and Dr. Carolyn Mays, who's a medical intuitive, who were both my mentors more than a few years ago. And so Dr. Shealy puts down the medical symptoms of the cold, and Dr. Carolyn Mays puts down the energetics. So this is Dr. Shealy talking. The common cold virus has many different symptoms. We all know what they are. I'm not going to read this directly, but it's the nose, the sinuses, the throat, and occasionally the bronchi are affected. And he says that it has been known for many years that a cold only affects someone whose immune system is already weakened, and that furthermore, the cold virus is not something that is caught. So again, it has been known for many years that a cold only affects someone whose immune system is already weakened, and that furthermore, the cold virus is not something that is caught. So the immune system goes with the heart chakra, and the gland that goes with the heart chakra is the thymus gland. He goes on to say some researchers believe, in fact, that certain varieties of the cold virus live in the body and manifest themselves during a state of diminished immunity. There are a number of studies, for instance, indicating that individuals who are healthy and strong and are exposed to the extremes of cold without clothes on do not necessarily develop a cold, clearly indicating the strength of their immune system. So when you go to school and people start to say, there's a cold going around, better not catch it, I want you to remember that you cannot catch a cold. And according to Dr. Carolyn Mays, a person becomes susceptible to the cold virus as a result of emotional exhaustion brought on by the ordinary business of living. The important factor in understanding the cold virus is that it's primarily an emotional dysfunction. So again, the emotional body gets exhausted, and here come the cold germs, and in they go. But you can't catch it, according to the esoteric teachings and according to Dr. Norman Shealy. Dr. Shealy started the American Holistic Association. He's a holistic neurologist. And I get his newsletter every day. So it's quite powerful. The same thing goes with the flu, the influenza. He says, generally during the winter months, there is some degree of those small to large epidemics of flu almost every year. And then he goes on to name the symptoms, which we don't have to go into. He also says the major epidemic in the first quarter of the century, which led to death in many individuals, was also the precursor of many cases of Parkinson's, which did not manifest until 20 to 40 years after that episode of the flu had taken place. There are many vaccines that will protect people from a given strain of flu, but the flu virus has a remarkable ability to mutate and change, so it's only good for 6 months or less. So Carolyn May says about the flu, certain illnesses occur just as part of nature's cleansing program. This type of illness is not so much associated with a specific emotional issue as it is with the cleansing the emotional stress that is just part of everyday life. So that's on pages 209 and 210 in The Creation of Health. Energetically, most people develop the flu in the winter months. And I want you to think about what happens in the winter months. We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have New Year's, we have Tax Day, we have Valentine's Day. And it happens a lot during Passover and Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, because those tend to be family times that can be very stressful for some people, and for people that are single that don't have family, it's equally as stressful because they don't have anything to do. So those are brings up emotional issues, and it diminishes the immune system, and in walks the cold and the flu situations. People don't usually get the flu around the 4th of July. It's not a challenging holiday for people, and they don't usually get the flu over Flag Day. People don't really get upset over Flag Day. Oh my God, I have nothing to do. I wasn't invited to a barbecue. It's Flag Day. But it's generally in the cold when we have these emotional, in the wintertime when we have these emotional holidays that affect us.